Are any of you interested in land/acreage in Appalachia? If so, today's episode is for you. Welcome to How Much House for the Money. Hope you're all having a beautiful Sunday. Your cup is always full of happiness. So we're checking out 4 properties in West Virginia today because, it's always a beautiful day to view houses, right? And this is where we're going to begin. This is sitting on 10 acres of land, you guys. It's 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with 1,824 square feet. It's listed at $90,000. It's been on the market for 47 days. And the listing states it was built in 1984. And it does have a 2-story building that goes along with it. So we're sitting on 10 acres at 3004 Sycamore Run Road in Glenville, West Virginia, 26351. So let's check it out. See how much house we're getting for our money. So in Glenville, West Virginia, we are in Gilmer County. Population is just under 7,000 people, and your median home values here are right around $169,000. And the property tax rate in Gilmer County states it's 0.70%. So right away we have a vinyl sided house with a covered porch. Now on the left side, or on the running side of this, you'll see it kind of resembles a manufactured home, but we'll check out the listing here in just a minute. So here's your 2-story detached building. So with these country properties, you're going to get your well, the septic, the utilities, and a lot of opportunity if you're looking for 10 acres in Appalachia right here. And this is $90,000 asking price, and these properties are placed on the market to be sold. You can always make offers, have those home inspections, definitely do your research with the locations and things. But if you're looking for acreage in Appalachia, this episode is definitely for you today. So there's what we see of that detached building. So it looks like we're way off the road, tucked behind the pines. West Virginia in Gilmer County. So it looks like that building does have like a wraparound porch on the front. A lot we could do with this if you're looking for a farm or you just want peace and privacy. Whatever it is. Acreage in Appalachia, you guys. Cheers. Hope you're all having a beautiful Sunday. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Because that house you're not looking for may be in the next episode. And definitely share these episodes and share the channel. And definitely check out the previous episode because I showed you a multifamily house in Pittsburgh for $54,000 and a house in Turtle Creek, PA for $39,000 with a 2-car detached garage. So definitely meander through the episodes. So there we see we are getting propane gas with this one. And right about now, I bet spring is sprung in West Virginia, or just about to, and it's going to be just full of color. And there again is that building. And there is the side angle of the house. So it's on concrete block, and there is the side porch, one of the porches, I should say. So it does kind of resemble a manufactured home, but you can go check it out in person. The listing agencies and the addresses are always found in the description box below every video. So there's your covered porch. Looks like you might heat with wood. This has got potential. $90,000 sitting on 10 acres of land. Nice. For those that want land. I know not all of you do, but if you do, here you go. Go check this one out and leave us a comment and let us know how it goes. And the wide array of wildlife you're going to get. Nice. And there is another angle of it. Maybe they just moved out of there. Just never know. Every house has a story. We may not always get to read it, but it's there nonetheless. And there's another angle of the front of it. I see potential on 10 acres of land right here. 3004 Sycamore Run Road, 47 days on the market, built in 1984. So we're not going to have a street view because it sits so far back, but let's see where we are on the map. Sycamore Run Road. That's a pretty address. So we'll give a shout out to Riverside Farm Supply, and we've got Baldwin over here to the east. Here's the Glenville Inn down to the south of us. We've got Alice to the north. We've got a Route 18 farm market nearby. That's always handy. So here we are on the map, not far off of Highway 79. So you've got, let's see, Sandyville over here to the west, Parkersburg up to the northwest, Summersville down to the south. Morgantown is right here. So you're not too terribly far from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. And there you are. Red marks the spot, and we're north of Beckley with this property right here. So here's your satellite view, 10 acres of land. Who's looking for some land in West Virginia? There you go. Nice. Look at all those trees. And you're way back here off your driveway. Boy, that's a nice find for one of you out there. 3004 Sycamore Run Road. And it states here, so much potential. 4-bedroom, 2-bath house on 10 acres with endless possibilities. The house does need some TLC, but could offer the next owner plenty of space for whatever you may need. And you have shelving in the kitchen, offering plenty of storage. You've got a wood-burning stove in your living area. And you also have plenty of room for a farm or just someone looking for privacy. They don't state anything about that building, the size, or anything. I wish they would have opened up the door. But nonetheless, go check it out. All the more reason to, I guess. And when we check out the history, it was sold for $46,000 back in 2001. It was sold in 2022 for $132,500. Now they're asking $90,000 for it, and the house is 42 years old. And on an assessment of $36,600, it states the taxes were $340. But you can check with Gilmer County Tax or Gilmer County Clerk's Office for the accurate tax detail. 10 acres of land right there in Appalachia. $90,000 asking price. Now we're going to check out this house right here. This one is $169,000. So yes, I'm increasing the price, but it's sitting on 7.14 acres. And I don't typically show houses in this price point, but when I saw this, I'm like, you know what? Not all of you want low price, high potential properties. Some of you want something that you may be able to just move right into that's a little bit larger. So why not show it? 2,016 square feet of living space, 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. You'll find it at 4250 Julia Road in Renick, West Virginia 24966. So we're in Greenbrier County with this one. The population is just over 32,400 people. Your median home values here are just under $300,000, and your property tax rate is 0.52%. So let's check it out. 4250 Julia Road, Renick, West Virginia. Look how pretty this is. And there's that word, and I'm going to use it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Very nice. So we have a covered porch. It looks like you can enter from both sides and the front. Wood-sided. This one has a lot of photographs, so we're going to just keep going here. You're also going to get a outbuilding with this one. Let me know what you guys think of these properties today. Leave me a comment. Make sure you subscribe. That's very nice, isn't it? Dark brown in color with like a deep forest green, and then a little bit lighter like a rust color, almost a redwood. Could have a stone patio there. They started it already. So this may be the back side of the house that's also covered. You could totally add more stone on this side and have more of a patio. Renick, West Virginia in Greenbrier County. 7.14 acres. So there's your building. This looks really beautiful. That building has a metal roof. Now you're definitely going to want to pay attention to that. Could be ironwood that's holding the side of that up, but you may want to pay attention to that. But as always, you can have home inspections. There's your little outbuilding. Could be your outhouse. Turn into a flower shed, chicken hotel, whatever you want on 7.14 acres. It's a nice find. So it looks like we're going to get a couple of single wide mobile homes on this property also. So maybe you want to add a couple more people to your property. Maybe you want to have a little community. Maybe you want to scrap those out, bring in a little bit of cash for yourself, whatever it is. They're there. So here's another little outbuilding with a freezer door on the front. Looks like it went from a walk-in cooler. Be careful with that. Don't lock yourself in there. Okay, so here's one of the single wides. You never know what that looks like on the inside, right? You can want to go check this out. This could be a great opportunity for somebody. Maybe it has 2 wells, 2 septics. You just never know. 7.14 acres. So there's the other one. Very interesting. $169,000 asking price. Beautiful parcel. Look at that. Very green. And I would imagine as the time goes on, it's just going to be even more pretty with wildlife roaming through. Renick, West Virginia in Greenbrier County. That may be a snowball bush, maybe? Some yucca. That could be irises popping up there already. Wow, very pretty. Look at this, you guys. 7.14 acres in the Appalachian Mountains right here. $169,000 asking price. And again, if walls could talk, it could tell us quite the story on this, I would imagine. We're going to get to interior photographs here in just a minute. Could have some nice fruit trees on this property. There's a lot you could do with this. And if those trailers, those single wides are in decent condition, that you could renovate them to bring, give somebody else a home when they need it, or maybe just turn it into guest quarters for when you need them, or extra income, whatever it is, or even chicken hotels. You can have chickens in a single wide. Why not, right? They need a house too, those chickens. They need a house too. Just going to go through the property here a little quicker. Beautiful. Okay. All right, so here's your covered entry. Painted logs there under your porch roof. Very nice. Okay, so we're headed inside. So you do have a wood-burning stove. It's very rustic. You have a lot of logs, actually, on the inside. So it could have been built with versatile, material. Very interesting. Very rustic. Yeah, somebody's got to go check this out. It's another house just waiting for its person. There's your open staircase. This is very interesting. And this is in Renick, West Virginia, in Greenbrier County. So there's your wood heat. 7 acres, a little more than 7 acres. Yeah, this has got some character to it, don't you think? There's our kitchen. Now for me, I'd want to put a big wide Dutch door on this house. Yeah, there's your kitchen with a couple of windows above your sink. Does have a variation of flooring. It's another shot of that wood stove, 2-door wood stove. You could always replace that and put in something else if you like. This is an interesting house. There's more of your hardwood flooring. Beautiful beams. Wow. Has character. They even left you some Dawn dish soap because you're not going to get a dishwasher. Gotta lighten it up a little bit, you guys, right? You can't be too serious, for crying out loud. The world's too serious. I'm here to not be so serious and give you a little bit of a laugh and just show you some nice houses and just have a beautiful Sunday. So you do have an open shelf, one open shelf. This would be an interesting house. This is one that you'd want to see in person and really get the lay of the land, I think. Do you see some flex pipe? It's definitely rustic. Looks like they might have recycled that staircase, which is totally fine. Repurpose, recycle, and reuse, I say. Okay, so there's the front door. And again, I'd turn that into a big Dutch door. So it looks like you do have wood windows, but again, when you're there, you see if the windows are wood, vinyl, or aluminum, and you check it out, get down to the detail. Very interesting. Has a lot of potential. So there's what we see of the bathroom. You do have a window. You have your little sink and commode there. And they're asking $169,000 for this on 7.14 acres. So there's your tub and shower combination with new fixtures. That's nice. Water heater. There's your laundry area. Looks like the laundry area might be right behind your tub and shower. There's your sink with your faucet. Not sure if that's a bedroom. Can't quite tell. When they don't back up and take a picture of the full room, it's kind of hard to decipher, but we'll keep going here. See ceiling fan nonetheless. Okay, so this could be one of the bedrooms. It looks like that's right down to the plywood floor that's been painted. This is the kind of house that you go in there and finish it. Get creative on your own. You don't have to really rip a lot of things out. You can just work with what's there. There's another shower. So that's the second bathroom. Yeah, that's got a lot of potential just from what we see here. It says it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and that's at 4250 Julia Road, and that is in Renick, West Virginia, 24966. Let's take a look at the street view here. Look at how pretty this is. Look at that. Little country road, Julia Road in Renick, West Virginia. Beautiful property all around you. Very private. And let's see here on the map. So there's Greenbrier River. Shout out to Spice Run Wilderness. Beartown State Park. So we're right, let's see, we are right north of Golden and White Oak Grove, and Renick is right down here. And then we have Julia and let's see, Locust, Beard, and Denmar. So we are not far from the Virginia line with this property. And here's Highway 64 by White Sulphur Springs. And there we have it. Beckley's down here to the southwest. There we have it. Now let's take a look at your 7 acres, 7+ acres. There it is right there. Very nice. Look at all those trees and green space you have. And they're asking $169 for this. There you have it. Wow, beautiful. And it states here, been on the market 45 days, built in 1910. And it says here, rustic dream retreat, perfect for homesteading, raising horses, a mini farm, or just a peaceful getaway. You have just a few neighbors, and you're 3 miles from the Greenbrier River and the River Trail. 7.14 acre property spans 2 tracks, mostly wooded but with potential for open acreage and years of firewood. You have upgrades, including 2 bathrooms, fresh lighting, added closet space, hot water heater, well pressure tank, and a whole house filter. And you do have 2 single wide trailers for extra storage. And it's a cozy country haven, it says. And when we look at the history on this one, it was listed back in 2025 for $199,000. Then they reduced it to $179 and removed it. Now they're listing it for $169, and the house is 116 years old. And again, in Greenbrier County, your property tax rate is 0.52%. And that is $169,000 on a little over 7 acres of land for that house right there. Very nice. Now we're going to check this one out. This one's on 5.6 acres in Little Birch, West Virginia for $112,000 at 47 Harper Hill Road. This house has 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms with 1,626 square feet. It's been on the market 95 days, built in 1949. So let's check it out. How much house are we getting in Little Birch, West Virginia? Got to scroll back up here. So in Little Birch, West Virginia, we are in, I think this one is in Greenbrier too, but don't quote me on that. I think this one is, I'm sorry, this one is in Braxton County. Population is just over 12,000 people. And the median home values here are right around $130,000. So we have here is a ranch with brick on the lower half. Looks like a metal roof and a covered front porch. $112,000, a little over 5.5 acres. And there's that white stuff we all love, right? So this is getting propane gas for your fuel source. Wow, that's very pretty. Okay, so here's the interior. There's your kitchen. Nice cabinets. Very interesting ceiling choice there. And this is $112,000. And this is Braxton County. And your property tax rate in Braxton County is 0.60%. Okay, so here's our kitchen. Nice, it's been updated. You have a butcher block counter, butcher block stainless steel island, 2-door refrigerator with a freezer on the bottom, single sink with a window above it. Nice. Do have a range hood and a dishwasher. Don't quote me on that. I think it's just a gas range. Nice though. $112,000 over 5.5 acres. Beautiful hardwood flooring. Another house to go check out in person, you guys. You have a variation of cabinets. Look at all those windows. Very pretty. Little Birch, West Virginia in Braxton County. There's one of the bathrooms there. Powder blue and blush pink. So there's that paneling that we all love. Nice hardwood flooring though. This has potential for anybody looking in Appalachia for, you want more than 5 acres but not quite 10. Here you go, $112,000 asking price. So there you have a wall sink and another commode and a second bathroom there. This has potential. So this could be the basement. Yeah, this has potential, possibilities. Little Birch, West Virginia. Wow, look at that. We're getting a 2-car detached garage. Nice. And that again is in Little Birch, West Virginia. And there is a view of the parcel there. 5.6 acres. 47 Harper Hill Road. And let's see if there's a street view. Yeah, look at that. So it looks like we're on this little side street. We do have a neighbor or two. And here's where we are on the map. Little Birch, West Virginia. There's the Birch River. So let's see here. We've got Tesla up to the north and Canfield to the west. Big Run and Diana over to the east. We have Sutton and Newville up to the north right off of Highway 79. So we are above Beckley, north of Beckley, right off of 79 and 19's right there as well. So you're below Clarksburg and Bridgeport with this property. And this is 5.6 acres, so here's your property or your satellite view of the land. There you go, right there. Nice. Look at all of the trees. So you're right off of Old Turnpike Road. You got the Birch River right there. Post office is nearby. And there you have it. Let's see. Yeah. Not far off of Highway 79. 47 Harper Hill Road. Been on the market 95 days. And the listing states, inviting 3-bedroom, 1.5-bath house sits on 5.6 peaceful acres. Paved driveway leads to a detached 2-car garage, giving you plenty of space for vehicles, hobbies, or tools. And the home is serviced by city water and a private septic system. And when we look at the history on this one, this was listed for $109,000 back in 2013. It sold for $85,000 back in 2021. Now they're asking $112,000, and it's 77 years old, this house. Not a bad find right there for somebody that wants 5.6 acres of land. Looks like you could move right in there with a basement and a 2-car detached garage. $112,000. Now we're going to check on this one here. This one is $64,900, you guys, on 1.54 acres. This house has 640 square feet with 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. And it's been on the market 29 days, built in 1962. This one's at 273 Hundley Lane, Charmco, West Virginia, 25958. So let's check it out. So Charmco, we are in Greenbrier County, just like the one that was in Renick. So this is a little ranch with a metal roof and a little front deck there, vinyl sided. 1.5, little over an acre and a half. So if you don't want 5 acres, you don't want 10, but you want more than one, this one might suit your needs. You could add on, you could add up, or if a smaller house is what you're looking for, and you want a little bit of acreage, peace and privacy, here you go, in the Appalachian Mountains. Look at this. This has got a lot of possibilities. Under $65,000 for this property. Well, septic, utilities, it's all been implemented for you. So there's a little outbuilding. There might be your water pump. It's kind of hard to determine there. We'll see what the listing says. This is very beautiful. And this is Charmco, West Virginia in Greenbrier County. And again, Greenbrier County has just over 32,400 people, and the property tax rate is 0.52%. And in Greenbrier County, your median home values are just under $300,000. So there's a lot of room for equity growth with every one of these properties. So whether you want to spend $169,000 or you want to spend under $65,000, here you go. Look at how pretty this is. Okay, so here we're coming on into the inside. So it does have paneling. Again, you can have home inspections. Go check these out in person. This is cute. So there's what we have, a galley kitchen with vinyl flooring. Does have the window. You're getting an electric range, double sink. This has potential, especially for those of you that want a little bit of acreage, but you don't need a huge house. There's your electric box. There's your water heater over there on the right. There is what we see of the tub and shower combination. It needs a little cleanup, but that's okay. There's the commode. Doesn't even have a lid on it. We can switch that out. If you invite me to West Virginia, I'll bring you a new commode. So that looks like a vinyl window. That could be the bedroom. This is another property, another house that you could go in there and do what you want with it, fix it up, modernize it, live on your land, bring a camper in, bring a friend in, let them stay a while. Why not, right? When you got an acre and a half, it's a nice little parcel. There again is the outside of it. It's nice that it's got that metal roof. 273 Hundley Lane, and that is in Charmco, West Virginia, 25958. Been on the market 29 days, built in 1962. Let's check it out on the map. Wow, look at this. You're out on this little side street pretty much on your own. So here we are in Charmco. So we're east of Bingham and west of Orient Hill. McRoss is right below us. There is Highway 64. So again, Green Sulphur Springs, Meadowbridge, and Raynell are right below us. And let's get a look at your acre and a half here. There you go. Nice. That looks really nice and private, doesn't it? Beautiful. This is Charmco, West Virginia, below Leslie, Quinwood, and Orient Hill right there. And that's 273 Hundley Lane. And it states here, this 2-bedroom, 1-bath house has solid bones and great potential, featuring a metal roof installed about 6 years ago. With a little TLC, you could offer easy, low-maintenance living and affordable utilities. You're on a little over an acre and a half with a level backyard ideal for gardening and pets, and you have open woodland for privacy and exploring. It's a nice spot to relax and take in the views, it says. And when we look at the history on this one, this was listed for $80,800 back in 2021. They sold it in January of 2022 for $75,000. Now they're asking $64,900, and the house is 64 years old. And again, the real property tax rate is 0.52% in Greenbrier County. And that is $64,900 on 1.5 acres, just about little more than 1.5 acres of land right there, you guys. Cute little single family house for under $65,000 with low property taxes. Plenty of room to build a garage or a barn or do whatever you want with it. And then this one here is in Little Birch, West Virginia with 5.6 acres for $112,000. And that's Little Birch, West Virginia 26629. And then we have this one on 7.14 acres for $169,000, 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Or we have this one here that's on 10 acres for $90,000 with a 2-story outbuilding to boot. And that's $90,000 in Glenville, West Virginia. And that'll do it for today's episode. Wherever you find yourself, I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, share these episodes, and we'll see you in the next one because more houses with low price and high potential are coming up. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Cheers.